Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode on the AthosCraft server. My name is ArseyRC, and as you can see, we are flying high over Alaska's base because we have made a ton of progress since the last episode. I went ahead and did a whole bunch of work off camera, but as you can see here, we've got the second track built. We modified the bottom of the creeper farm. We added some axles. We put grass all over the area here, so it's lots of greenery. And then we extended this area over here that was all water. We extended this area out and filled it up with lots of grass and land. And then we made some track marks. I probably have to modify them a bit, but some track marks to where the city had driven in. And we'll probably put some crushed trees over here so it looks like it drove over top of the trees and that. But yeah, let me take you in and we'll take a closer look at some of the stuff we've been doing. So, as you can see here, we took the railroad tracks that we'd built last episode and we raised them up just a couple of blocks so that we could do this. Then we used furnaces for a floor here with some glowstone. So this is sort of going to act like an engine. I made a decorative back here that looks sort of like the exhaust vents at the back of the city. And then what we did is the collection system's still here. I'll have to clean that up later. But then we used carpet here so that the creepers and spiders will fall onto the carpet here. If I break a couple pieces here, you can see the railroad tracks and that are all in underneath. So we did a pattern here, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually a big gear. Here, I'll fly up and show you. So the pattern on the carpet's a gear, which is pretty cool. We got this entire second gear done. It is basically an exact replica of the other one. We added these brown links here because we're only going to have 3 axles across the middle because the creeper farm's in the way of this one. We decided we'll just put these links in. So when this gear turns, it'll also turn this one, and the same at the front. So we added these links in there. And those links are both on the inside and the outside of the track. Now, our next step, we're going to cover this hole over because I've fallen down it accidentally a couple times. We're going to put some black glass over top of this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start using these axles here, and we're going to build some gears that will be connected to the motors and the engines of the city so that the gears will turn these axles, which will in turn turn these gears and drive the tracks forward. So that's the next part, is to make the mechanical part of the undercarriage of the city. So I'm going to go ahead and gather some resources and get to it. All right, so we've got the glass here in the slime farm. You can see slimes galore. They just keep spawning. Now we're going to start working on the gears. Now, in order to figure this out, we are at y equals 64. And this axle is centered on y equals 73. So that gives us only 9 space. We want at least 1 at the bottom. So that only gives us 8 spaces. So we can go down to 64. 64. So yeah, so 8. So we need to design a gear that is only 8 some odd wide. Now this one is bigger than 8. So we need to make sure that from top to bottom, it's only 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to start and look at designing something that's going to look something like this. Now that's probably not going to work there. So if it's going to be 8 radius, that means we have 16 diameter from here to the other side. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So this is where it's got to be, something like this. Oh, it has to be odd. Yeah, it definitely has to be odd. So we're going to go 15, I think. Yeah, going to go 15 because it's got to be an odd number. All right, so there we go. So we've got a pattern of 5, 2, and then 5. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out, okay, so if we put that gear out there and that gear out there, that's not going to work. What if we do this? What if we take this out, we get rid of that and that, and then we do this and this. Nope, this and that. Ah, there we go. That's what we're going to do. So there, I think, is the shape we want. Yeah, that works out nicely. Yeah, I think that's going to work for sure. This will be the gear in the middle. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, I think that's it. We can do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and build one of those vertically and see how it turns out. All right, so there is the first iteration. I think that it needs a bit of a change. So I'm going to do one little thing and change it up a bit, and hopefully it'll make it look a little bit more complete. Right now, these sides look too flat and bulky, and I think I need to flatten those out a bit. So we're going to try something. All right, so I think that looks a little better. Let's go up and have a look a little higher here. I'm pretty sure this looks quite a bit better. Yeah, I like that. So all we did is we took that and we just shaved this to a 2-1-2 with 3 on the side rather than a 5-1-1-1. I think that looks much more round, and these gears look like they'll grab a lot more. I'm going to have to put some carpet in here and lighting and stuff so that we don't get mobs spawning in that. But yeah, I like it. Now we just have 4 more to build. Yay! All right. So we made that change all the way around. We've built 4 more gears on the sides here. And then what we've done is we added some iron bars in the middle here. We added some more dark concrete along the edge here just to make it look like there was an inside ring. And then we put iron bars in here to sort of fill it in, make it look like a gear. We added lights, torches for now. We'll figure out lighting later. But then what we've also done is carpet it. So we've got all the surfaces that could be spawnable. We've got carpet on them. We've made quite a bit of progress, but I'm going to leave this for now because Blem has a competition going on that I want to participate in. So we've got to gather some resources and head on over to Blem's competition area. Here we are out in the competition area, and this is a new competition. So Blem put it together really quickly, and it was about he gave you a sapling and he said build in a 16 by 16 square a monument to the sapling. And so you can see a few in the background. Spoilers. You can see a few in the background. So I'm just getting started on mine. I'm going to get started. I'll show you when I get some progress made. I'll be right back. Alright, so we've got a bit of the build done so far. So I couldn't afford all the red bricks, so I did buy a couple stacks off of Alaskis, but I couldn't afford all the rest. We don't have enough clay on the server yet, so I just used nether brick on the bottom. It would look better on with red brick, but that's the best I can do for now. But yeah, so I have this little build here. Just going to see if I can keep you guys guessing. That little build, that little tower there with a little flag on the top, and then just started this part. So I'm really curious to know if you guys can figure out what this is. All right, we are done. We went a little crazy, but hopefully you can see sort of what it is. It's not the greatest. I probably could have spent some more time on it, but an homage to a old famous Mario Brothers, like the original game. So let's go check it out. Ooh, that was funny. Oh, that was a lot of fun. So the idea here that we are going to let the judges play the game and see if they can beat Bowser's castle and win the level. Next, we have Poco's new build, which is like a burning tree. And then over here, we have Garth's, which is the Devourer of Worlds, which is basically a who's munching on the tree. It is pretty funny. Next, we have Gold Bloods there with End Crystals, very explosive experience, ode to the sapling. And if we go over here, we can look that we have Atlascus's. It's Atlas holding the sapling up on his back. That one's a really good one. I really like that one. Next, we have one by Navy here. It's like a mirror image with a fog effect with a tree above and below the glass. This one's really good. Next, we have DC's. I'm not sure if this is an upside down house or this is just a farmhouse or whatever with a sapling on the top, but pretty cool. Nice decoration. He's done the B-dubs decoration with the brick and the diorite. I like it. So this one here is Tony's. Tony's ode to the sapling. He did the same thing and I did. It's actually about the sapling itself. That's pretty funny. So hashtag plant me. And then there's a chest with donations of bone meal to make the sapling grow. Next we have one that's by Biggles, which is funny because it was an oak sapling, but he did this all out of spruce wood. Sort of funny. So the sign says press me, so you go and press all the different buttons and try and find the entrance, and it's a hidden one. So aha, we found it. There we go. So now there's a way to get inside the tree. Some redstone inside there. It's nice. So library type of a look, and there's a book here. That's in the book. 39 pages. Well, I'm not going to read that online. But trust me, it's 39 pages all about the Knights Templar and and that entire part of history, which is actually pretty interesting read. So well done. Well, the competition ended, and as you can see on the screen there, Atlascus took first place with her Atlas with the tree on his back. I ended up getting second place with Mario Brothers. And then third place went to Garth with the Devourer of Worlds. So there were some really good builds there. So congratulations to everyone. So back to the base build. All right, so we have made a bit of progress again. So as you can see, we've used the brown and the gray terracotta, which sort of gives this like a rusty metal look up here. So I quite like it. It's not perfect because we don't have those metallic type of textures in Minecraft, but it's pretty good. It's doable. And so let's go up and take a look at the top. So if we fly around up the top here, you can see, yeah, this looks pretty good. So we've got our beacon in here. We fought the wither a few more times. So we're up to 6 beacons now. So as you can see, I used a randomization technique between the brown and the gray terracotta in order to give it this sort of natural rustic look. We made these bumps here. That's where the gears are, so they can turn and those kind of things. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up about 2 more. We're going to put another layer here, and that's so that there's a space between the roof of the undercarriage and the floor of the city. And in that space, we can run redstone, we can run water streams for moving items around, and all the stuff that we need to do. I want to have a central bridge with all the controls being in there, and I'm going to need space to run wiring and those kind of things. So let's do a third-party time lapse and get the next floor built. Alright, so I'm really liking this. This is looking really good. The randomization technique works really, really well. So how I do it is I put my entire hotbar here is filled with the materials I need. And then I have an auto clicker, which I set to right click. And then I set my settings so my keybinds are right click means scroll through my hotbar. And so as I'm going along, my scroll bar is constantly doing this. And so my hotbar is constantly scrolling like this. So every time I place a block, it depends on which one I'm on is the one that's going to get placed. So it actually is a really good randomization technique. You notice that I only raised the center area here. These other two areas are actually flat on top of the other gears. So I will have to run redstone that around those, but that's okay. I also have here, trapped inside here, a villager. So, because I do have plans for a farm up here where I'm going to need a villager. I was helping out Poco and Biggles with villagers that they needed, so I had an extra one, so I thought I'll bring them up here and get them ready for the next farm. Another thing that I did off camera was we built this bridge here. So we extended the existing bridge that Falling Star had built that goes to the Zeppelin here, and extended it over here. And the idea here being that we needed a loading dock for the city itself. So this would be the entrance to the city on the side here. We're going to put some bubble vaders up here so we can get up and down. Because right now there is no good way to get up and down onto the city. So this is going to be that particular way. And again, the same sort of idea that when the city pulls away, they just do that. These chains, these gates here collapse, and then the city can move away. Last but not least, another thing I did off camera, not that I do everything off camera, but lately I've been doing quite a bit, is we dug out 2 more chunks of this area here. Hey, where'd you spawn? They're spawning on my chests. And the idea is that the sorting system is going to go down here. So that all the items, so the city's going to drive in, all the farms that are up on the city are going to drop off their goods and go down into the storage area. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun building it, and a lot of different systems dropping off all their goods at the same time. So right now we have the creeper farm running, and right now it's being stored in these shulker boxes, and as we can see, we're actually full. We gotta empty that out. But anyways, yeah, so lots of progress on the server this week. And I'm going to call it an episode there. So much work that we got done this week. And I am just going to say there's so much more to do. We got the whole city to build and decoration to do, and then the whole area around everything. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed yet, why not? Hit that subscribe button and the little bell to get notified when the next episode comes out. So thank you very much. See you in the next one.